Hi, everyone. My name is Don Vu, and I'd like to welcome all of you ILA members to my session titled Literacy Leadership 101. Again, my name is Don Vu, and you know what? Let's just go ahead and do this without Zoom. What do you say?
So, what is a literacy leader? Well, according to the Merriam-Webster dictionary definition, there is no official definition. What is a literacy leader? I say a literacy leader is simply anyone who promotes literacy and its integration into a school culture. So anyone can be a literacy leader. My name is Don Vu, and I've worked in schools for 25 years as an elementary school principal, as a teacher, and believe it or not, I didn't consider myself a literacy leader until recently, when my school team and I were inspired by people like Donalyn Miller, by Stephen Lane, to focus on building a culture of literacy in our own school. We learned a lot. We had a lot of fun. I wrote a book. And I love sharing with others what we learned. So do you want to become a literacy leader? Do you want to become a better one? Do you want to transform your school with the power of reading and stories? If you do, here are some tips. So what are 10 things literacy leaders need to keep in mind when working on building a culture of literacy in their schools? Number 1, there's no I in team. Right? You can't do this work alone. So find a group of like-minded people at your school and do what educators love to do or like to do. Form a committee. Look for those teachers who love children's books, right? Look for those Harry Potter fans. Go around asking people what house they belong to and see what they say. Find those people who are always excited about the book fair coming into town. Those are your people. Get together and start talking about transforming your school with literacy. Any type of systemic change requires more than one person. Now, you're a literacy leader, but you also need a team of literacy leaders that is focused on that vision. A good place to start is have your team do a book study. We chose Igniting a Passion for Reading by Stephen Lane. Number 2, begin with a win. Start with a low-risk, high-reward activity. Begin your campaign with a school-wide project that is easy to implement and offers everyone an opportunity to engage. It should be easy to do and it should be fun. First thing we did at my school was put up a Hot Reads bulletin where all staff chose their favorite children's books to recommend to kids. We put them on a bulletin board, found a place where all kids were able to see it. In this case, we put it in the multipurpose room where kids lined up at lunchtime. And we changed out the hot reads every few months. Everyone on staff was involved, from me to our custodian, right? And all the kids were excited to read what we recommended. That was an easy, high reward, low risk thing to do. Number 3, don't forget the big kids. What I mean is pay attention to the adults in your school. We can't help our students become lifelong readers and writers if we don't have adults who aren't in love and passionate about reading and writing themselves. This means that we need to create a climate that fosters this. Professional development is important. Invite teachers to reading conferences, book festivals, author readings, book talk with one another, and share the latest and greatest children's books out there. And find ways for staff to write and share their own stories and histories. Not only will this promote literacy in the long run, it may help staff build connections with one another and strengthen your team efforts. Collaborate. Find ways to partner with other schools and organizations that have the same vision as you. Pull in resources to fund bringing in a literacy expert for a visit with your staffs. Work with a local library to sign up families for library cards and services and to help recommend books for students. We took collaboration to a high level when we built 8 new reading lounges for our school. Scholastic helped with the books, IKEA helped with the furniture, a local hardware store donated the paint and supplies, our PTA and local businesses raised money, and our staff, parents, and students put in the elbow grease. I think they turned out pretty nice. Look for windows and mirrors. As you are doing the work, be sure to pay attention to the students and families who have been traditionally left out in the margins. Our immigrants, refugees, our English learners, our students of color, our socioeconomically disadvantaged students, our special education students. Think about ways to engage them in books and stories, and be sure that the books you purchase for your school reflect all students in your community. Show me the money. Sometimes this is the hardest. If you commit to making literacy a priority in your school, you should make sure that your budgeting reflects this commitment. Spend money on building up libraries, funding librarians, buy books for your classrooms, fund after-school and summer reading programs, send staff to exciting professional development opportunities. Put your money where your mouth is. Do it for the gram. Market and publicize the great things you're doing in your school. People need to know what's happening so that they can support your vision as it grows. People also need to be inspired to do the same at their own schools. So invite everyone to your literacy events, post it on social media, present at conferences, and use it as an opportunity to share your ideas with others. Build on the foundation. Be sure not to forget the foundational skills of reading. Yes, I'm talking about phonics, phonemic awareness, etc. There's a balance between teaching kids how to read and getting kids to love reading. And these goals work hand in hand, and there should be no controversy about this. So in the work, be sure to keep focused on building up those foundational reading skills to ensure that your students can continue to thrive as readers. Use your newly honed multimedia skills. After years of Zoom and online learning, you can utilize your newly honed computer skills to engage kids and families in literacy on a different level. Make videos of students and adults doing book talks and collect them on your school YouTube channel. Everyone wants to be a YouTube star. You can also share read-alouds, create stories and podcasts online so that the entire community can have access to everyone's story. Celebrate. Finally, always connect reading and literacy with joy and fun. Celebrate reading achievements, celebrate stories with one another, find ways to honor authors and books and integrate them in your celebrations at school. Give away books for student birthdays. Put on a book prom. Parma Elementary School in Michigan gives students and families a children's book every time they welcome a new baby. What a great way to celebrate a new addition to the community, as well as remind people that reading brings joy to your life. Remember that you can't create a culture of literacy in your school overnight. This work takes years to take hold, and it's ongoing. It's hard work. It's important and life-changing work, and it's also fun work. It's the most rewarding work I've experienced in all my years as an educator, so I say go for it. Get your team together and change your school, change the world for your students and families. Thank you for your time.